Innovative and integrated green future can rebuild the world and defy alien occupation. People surmise that climate change is the biggest threat to mankind's existence. There are many other threats that a lot of people aren't aware of. Of course, the planet is in grave danger, but some space beings want to save it for their benefit and interests. Planet Earth is possibly one of the most beautiful worlds in this galaxy. Though many people think of getting out of here and leave with some aliens. Most of the worlds in the universe are very arid compared to Earth. Living there would be dreary. Technology isn't everything. Most civilizations have advanced technologies and infrastructure in their home worlds, ships, and other properties. Yet, their environment is totally depleted, desolate, or infertile compared to abundant habitats of the Earth. That's why they came here to carry out their own agendas about taking over the world. This has been kept secret for too long. Nobody knew what they were after. They deceived many individuals in power, influence, and commerce. The masses have been waiting for some otherworldly beings to come to save them and the world. Unfortunately, the reality is totally opposite to what people supposed. Collected data indicate that no alien being will ever save the world or humanity anytime soon. People are supposed to save themselves and their home world, which is at serious risk of getting ruined. Nothing will ever be the same again. The good old days may be over. The planet has been depleting extremely fast after the dawn of the industrial and technological era. Countless products, gadgets, electronics are being manufactured to hit the global market, then they get dumped when the new ones come out. If the planet is depleted, the alien forces will easily overtake human society and exploit them however they like. They want humans as their newest workforce with no freedom, and this is the most dangerous event in history. Everything that exists on this planet, water sources, nature, forests, mineral reserves, and many other resources must be protected and saved for later use. All of the life-giving sources unique to planet Earth are being misused for the sake of economic and industrial growth. Industrialization has been very destructive to life balance and natural riches situated only here. Human beings have evolved as a locust swarm. Now they're mandated to bloom as the saviors, greenskeepers of this beautiful sphere. Some people are doing whatever it takes to amend their lifestyles as green, waste-free, cruelty-free, and planetary safe as possible. This is the right path for every person sharing this planet with others. Each organism, including humans, is interconnected to each other and nature in every way possible. Everything that humans do, make, consume, discharge, waste, use, and purchase affects the environment they're part of heavily. Most products exhaust the soil, forests, and natural resources increasingly. Humans have been consuming 1.5 Earths with the expansion of industrialization and population surge. Several alien races have come to Earth to stop it from being destroyed by the human population and seize it as their own. They built many hidden bases in remote locations not far from populated areas. Nobody knew why they were here until some researchers unraveled the true alien agenda. Humans have to secure their future by safeguarding their independence and freedom from invading alien forces. It will be easy for them to gain control and exploit the human population once the planet loses its natural abundance. Many regions are drying out rapidly. There won't be enough water or food in the future for the growing population. Soil is degrading in all continents. Climate change is burning the planet down. Pollution is a global problem for all nations. Nobody knows how to clear up the air, water, environmental pollution. Fresh water reserves are shrinking each day. Without enough water, all productions and food supplies would fail. Droughts have been more severe than in previous years. Natural disasters are more amplified every year. Climate change has the power to sabotage the human race from every angle with natural disasters, droughts, floods, wildfires, and so forth. This is a totally different time than the last century. 2020 was the inception of a new age where there are aliens everywhere. Disastrous events haven't been this successive any time in the past. The movie scenarios are materializing. The ultimate green future should be initiated worldwide as soon as possible before it's too late. Scientists warn the public that there are less than 2 decades to make the shift towards a completely environmentally friendly existence. The aliens are resource explorers. They will do whatever it takes to gain control of human society to extract the unique and rare elements from the Earth, including humans as an asset or labor. Old habits, traditions, lifestyles, mindsets, beliefs are going to be obsolete during the new age of cataclysms or green innovation. Green innovation can reshape civilization as a sustainable and cooperative community intended to restore and protect their home world. Nature is the most evolved entity encircling the globe. Humans can learn everything from it, develop green technologies emulating it, utilize its most regenerative productions to supply the populace. There is only natural to be the teacher of the greenest world, humans as its saviors, arborists, seedsmen. All of the global industries can be modified to be designated as environmentally safe, carbon neutral, or negative, climate positive with some tweaks and adjustments. A lot of buildings in the world's renowned cities are being retrofitted as green buildings to fight climate change. Pretty soon, cities can get revamped to be carbon-absorbing greenhouses with copious vegetation, tree coverage, and green developments. People are realizing what must be done to overturn global warming and calamities. The alien intrusions and environmental problems are related to each other. The aliens will capitalize on every human weakness, ambivalence, and confusion. The solar system is orbiting the alien universe where there are countless races, organizations, groups competing to obtain essential elements for trade and expansion. Planet Earth is still a living paradise compared to the universe packed with desert worlds. Technological societies deplete their planet's reservoirs, so technology should be manufactured carefully. The planet's natural resources, water storages, food productions, environmental stability, climate, biodiversity, forests, and all other life-giving sources are way more momentous than technological advancements. For that, destructive industries that devastate nature and all life should be shut down or adjusted for the needs of the environment and limited reservoirs. Forests can supply most of the needs of the world community, so new forests must be designed and cultivated as production areas surrounding the cities. Green movements have been very influential and incite the masses to save the animals, the environment, decrease pollution, increase sustainability, do the thing to recover the planet in general. Perhaps, humanity has figured out ways to save their homeworld from depletion and cataclysms. The practical ecological movements, procedures can be introduced globally for everyone to tackle climate change and enhance the globe's sustainability and resilience. Each person can contribute to global forest and environmental protection little by little. Everyone shares the environment with all others. You can't expect certain corporations to do all the work. We need collective action to revoke climate crises, also to clear out pollution altogether. Plastic patch in the oceans is bigger than Texas, and it takes hundreds of years for single-use plastics to decompose. Microplastics are contaminating tap water and drinking water. Humanity is on the path to destroying their only homeworld in less than 100 years or so. The only hope is building the greenest, most sustainable civilization ever existed here on Earth. It can be achieved if everyone and all nations pledge for this unique cause. A lot of people are searching for something to change the world and their lives. Opportunities are meager in a world jumbled by plagues, lockdowns, and debacles. Plant-based products are very successful in the global marketplace. They're cruelty-free if they're made fully vegan. Veganism hit the mainstream in the last few years. Animals are essential to environmental stability. Animal agriculture emits the most greenhouse gases out of all industries. A plant-based utterly green prospect is what the global mindset should be set for. Green innovation will never cease from now on. Many innovators, inventors, and scientists are working on new methods, energy sources, green productions to mitigate the environmental decline, reduce carbon emissions plus resource depletion. Plants generate energy through photosynthesis. Artificial photosynthesis can emerge as the newest energy generator. Any industry can mimic nature to generate feed and products without harming the environment, soil, and forests. The entire world, regardless of the region and border, has to embrace the green future to withhold alien occupation plan to gain control of and exploit the human population. This is the hidden reality that many people didn't know about. People need to stop expecting some foreign powers to come and rescue them. It's up to people to save their only homeworld, which is richer and more beautiful than other star systems. Technological and industrial growth and expansion can exhaust the natural resources required for the survival of the human species in this realm. The only way out is a complete plant-based, sustainable green infrastructure to sustain the human population and its essential needs. Human beings have evolved as a locust swarm over the planet, and this must change as soon as possible. Economic greed and expenditures have been destroying a very regenerative and abundant planet that's very rare and unique in the universe. The aliens want to save this world for their own benefit and usage. They believe they can maintain it a lot better than humans. Although most people aren't bad, they didn't know any better than what they've been doing to survive and grow. Everyone needs products, food, things, money, energy to survive and live comfortably. It takes a lot of natural resources to provide these things. The current productions aren't sustainable by any means. After some decades, there may be nothing left. Climate change as well as natural disasters signal this. Human beings should evolve in harmony with their surroundings and nature by cultivating more of what they need perpetually. This may be achieved with global green growth to negate carbon emissions and environmental decline. Nature has a recycling system that's growing perpetually. Clean energy can boost natural productions to absorb excess carbon out of the atmosphere and yield amply. All industries and even technologies can be made plant-based. Research shows that some plants can produce minerals that can be used in technologies. Technology and humans are merging faster than ever. Plant-based technologies can leap civilization into its next phase of evolution. Evolution never ends, and plant-based, green growth will boost evolution and all developments. Technology is just a tool for any civilization. Mineral deposits will deplete, then technologies will be impossible to develop or manufacture. The switch to complete plant-based should begin now. Clean energies mimic nature's renewable energy generation. Of course, they still use up metal deposits and they're toxic when they perish. Plant life is made of minerals, metals derived from recycled soil. The largest forest ecosystems nurture themselves continually. the soil gets richer over the course of time. A lot of minerals used for technologies can be harvested with divergent farming methods. Human civilization is slowly shifting to complete green and plant-based in all industries. People are realizing that everything they consume either helps the environment or harms it. The aliens develop free energies, but they still need biological, life-giving resources from the earth, and all life is endangered at this time. Climate change is totally man-made, and we're amid the sixth mass extinction event. The aliens will attempt to take advantage of a weakening society living on a world wanted by many others. These are small groups working for large trade organizations in space. Humans should go back to their roots of living harmoniously with nature and the planet's life balance. Years ago, people were fine without plastics, technologies, industrial expenditures, overconsumption. People were happier and more connected to life. The industrial era has made humans very superficial and reckless towards the environment. These are tough times here on Earth. A new scheme must be planned as a way out of this madness. Green movements have been very effective. They circulated around the world faster than anything. People want more cruelty-free, eco-friendly products, and they want to invest in renewables plus vegan startups. Veganism has been immensely influential. It's been redirecting confused masses to goodwill and purpose. The largest forests have been burning down. The meat industry was accountable for rainforest destruction. Switching to vegan can stop animal cruelty, protect forests, reduce carbon emissions, waste, and water usage. A global green mindset is broadcasting to the world from the higher realms. Now, more efficient industries, productions can be devised to put an end to planetary devastation. The environment will produce greater yields if polyculture and carbon-negative methods of production are implemented. When people purchase and consume more plant-based products, farms will become more diverse and expand. Agroforestry is a great way to turn degraded lands into production forests. Cities hit by the pandemic can be redesigned as forest biomes powered by renewables. Even renewable energies will incrementally shift to plant-based, since nature generates constant energy and recycles all nutrients perpetually. A plant-based civilization can overcome coming cataclysms and repel alien infiltration. People need to know what's going as far as aliens and resist the alien invasion that's planned to take over the world and enslave human society. The environment is changing, losing its fertility. Diminishment of essentials will impair the population, and aliens will exploit feeble masses more and more. A climate change plan to offset carbon emissions, pollution, depletion altogether must be organized worldwide with the cooperation of all nations. Some provinces emit tons more carbon and greenhouse gases, also overuse limited and fragile industrial assets. If well-designed forests can provide everything that people need, clean energies power the civilization, there is no need to contribute to planetary burnout. Furthermore, everything can be made plant-based with little tweaks, so all products and services can be labeled as eco-friendly. Tropical rainforests are the most biodiverse regions of the world. They must be protected and extended for increased carbon absorption. The largest forests manage rainfall patterns over continents. They produce their own rainfalls. In a sense, they're recycling ecosystems with great biodiversity. Natives were used to planting so many fruits, nut trees all over, and there is evidence that some tropical rainforests have been planted by native populations to nurture themselves. Native species suitable for various temperate zones can be planted similar to a rainforest network to increase biodiversity and harvests. Current methods of monoculture farming are degrading the soil and the environment as well. If everyone adopts a plant-based, eco-friendly lifestyle and profession, cities will progressively mold into carbon-negative production biomes. Greenhouses are more productive than other farms throughout the year. Humans can surpass all alien races with organic renewability. A circular economic system is crucial to eliminating waste and pollution. Plastics that are harmful to the environment, marine life, and human health can be made plant-based and biodegradable. Renewability is essential for a developing civilization. Everything has to be recyclable, renewable, and sustainable, otherwise climate and environmental changes will devastate the global population. The entire must unite and do the things to recover and save the future that can be taken away from them by the foreign powers all over the world. All freedom and rights will be outstripped if aliens fully control the planet. This would be the onset of the Age of Darkness. The universe is a very harsh space where it would be overwhelming to any human being. Tons of civilizations have fallen under alien domination. This planet can regenerate itself in the shortest time possible when all nations cooperate and take ecological plus collective action against environmental and climate crises. The aliens are very concerned about the natural resources of planet Earth. They want all of this for their own interests. Everything that exists here on Earth being misused by human society is very valuable in space. For that, the planet's rate of regeneration and renewability have to be augmented each year with the consolidation of all continents. Differences in beliefs, ethnicities, customs, traditions, as well as animosities, should be renounced in order to oppose the real deceptive enemy, which is the many alien races coming to Earth to take over. Calamities like climate change and resource depletion can unite humanity as a super green force. Fresh water, which is the greatest necessity for all nations and industries, is vanishing rapidly. In the near future, there may be tons of conflicts for water, but water can be secured if forest coverage is reinforced and broadened. Forests attract rainfall and purify water naturally into streams worldwide. The more trees, forests are critical to producing enough fresh water for the growing population. Everyone is required to innovate as much as they can to create the greenest, most sustainable planetary system ever existed. This world has the utmost potential to excel all alien races that come here. They're only advanced technologically, not in any other comportments. Humans are spiritual beings growing, evolving, gaining knowledge each day. Innovation never ceases. Plant-based innovation will be the new sector of this extraordinary age in the universe. There are many perils, yet the opportunities are still endless if the planet can be secured and shielded from extraterrestrial interference. The most carbon and pollution emanating industries and regions are supposed to be regulated and reorganized for environmental issues. There are countless junk products in the global market that are used once or twice then end up in landfills. Detrimental junk and single-use plastic productions need to be banned, and some nations took the lead in banning single-use plastics. Fast-growing plants like bamboo, hemp, and other plant materials can replace plastics without any forest logging. If an environmentally beneficial product and invention have been discovered, all companies can replicate it to increase their eco-friendliness. Eco-friendly and plant-based products and services will be the biggest sector in the global green economy shortly. All stores and companies are adding new sections, but they must discard plastics once and for all. Recycling is laborious, but it can be very profitable as well. Some entrepreneurs have figured out how to recycle anything and sell it back to manufacturers. A global green economic system without destructive industries can rejuvenate the planet, the job market, moreover, increase forest cover with polyculture farming. A lot of large companies are leaving populated areas to launch in thriving mid-size cities. Who knows what the next hurricane season will bear? Sea levels will rise to inundate the largest coastal metropolises. Planting trees, cultivating polyculture farms and greenhouses are still the best ways to tackle climate and ecological plights. Some nations have planned to plant millions of trees and go carbon neutral in a few decades. There is always more space for trees, greenery, and eco-biomes. Cities used to be the most pollution-producing divisions, and this can change. There are botanical gardens in all major cities. Any city can be transformed into a botanical, biophilic paradise filled with green buildings, rooftops, parks, green projects powered by dynamic clean energies. It's not too difficult to go carbon neutral or negative plus ecologically green at this time. New green technologies are manufactured rapidly to be shipped worldwide, so the globe's sustainability and renewability are enhanced exponentially. Vertical farms require less water, nutrients to grow more than enough organic foods and vegetables for plant-based restaurants, grocery stores. Vertical farms are productive and profitable in cold or dry places where it's difficult to grow food. They can be powered by renewable energy. Rooftops farms are the new trend for growing food on top of restaurants, grocery stores, and businesses. Cities where most people live and work must be the greenest ecospheres rather than generating pollution and exhaustion. Building designs are shifting to photosynthetic, biophilic, carbon-neutral construction implanted into the existent forest, green spaces. Solar panels are improving each year. It's apparent that solar can power the world. Eventually, cars and transportation systems can be fully powered by solar panels with greater efficiency. Nature, energy generation, buildings, cities, productions will blend as one symbiotic structure encompassing the globe, reaching terrific heights and depths. Civilization may need to go underground if climate change turns the planet uninhabitable and toxic. The self-sustaining underground systems can produce food, materials, products with an artificial sun, and also generate energy with geothermal plants, bioreactors. The future is definitely green, and plant-based technologies will reshape civilization and outmatch all alien races attempting to take possession of human society and the world. People need to awaken and resist the alien invasion projected deceptively and clandestinely over the masses. Their technologies look magical, but they're trinkets in space. The Earth is a remarkable jewel that will provide everything humans need to live and grow concertedly. Well-designed, diverse forest productions can be the sustainable manufacturing technique of the green age. Metals can be harvested out of biodiverse farms. Technologies can be manufactured organically embedded in urban and suburban areas. Photosynthesis powers nature all over the world. This biological process can be emulated with green technologies and new procedures. Planet Earth has the means to re-terraform itself than myriads of alien worlds with the help of its human saviors. Since there are many alien races attempting to conquer mankind from the inside, humans can detect and terraform these beings' homeworlds by using them as a workforce. The possibilities are endless. Yet space discovery and colonization are very dangerous for a newly developing civilization. It takes each human being to devote to the greenest and most sustainable planet in order to become an advanced and safeguarded civilization in the universe. The universe is already here. These are the small commercial groups working for larger space corporations. This planet's sustainability and botanic energy, Feed generation must be bolstered by each individual and household. A lot of households are installing solar panels, gardening in their backyards, reducing their waste and carbon emissions. In the near future, bioreactors will be developed, placed in every backyard, and produce energy to absorb tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Hopefully, humankind can create the greenest, most self-regenerating universe ever in all multiverses by re-terraforming their homeworld and multitudes of alien spheres. Over the years, all buildings will be built or 3D printed with plant-based concrete forming biochar as a natural setting. There are hemp, fungi, mushroom concretes currently in development. Some scientists suggested growing buildings, houses out of fungi, and fungi can harden more durable, solid than concrete, wood, and other building materials. After the pandemic, a green era in research and development has begun. This can eventually surpass all alien races. The alien groups that are already here on Earth are pirate collectives which are very dangerous to any developing civilization in the universe. They will do everything to complete their planetary acquisition plans. Human society must resist this eccentric phenomenon and unite to expel any space pirates that have mind control, image and thought projection, chicanery abilities unlike anything encountered in the past. These beings are the most deceitful ever seen. There are many of them all over the globe. They established hidden bases in many places around the world. They've been creating an alien hybrid race to overrule humankind and topple the world's administrations. Even the richest, most powerful, influential people would collapse if the aliens prevail. No human being has the ability to withstand alien mind control as of yet. This is where they're stronger. People should also refuse any type of brain, body implants that are alien in origin. Implants are being developed to control, track and subdue the masses. Any type of green, renewable, life-giving technologies and energies are superior to any alien technologies. Alien technologies are intelligently designed to turn the human race into mindless workers with no freedom or rights for millennia. They want to save the world for the benefit and usage of extraterrestrials, not for humans. This is a very dangerous and cunning phenomenon that happened countless times to countless societies in the cosmos. Now they're here for the human race. A united, cooperative, resilient, green, renewable, eco-friendly, self-sustaining civilization will have the power and capability to resist any alien invasions now and in the future. These beings deceive to use any person no matter how rich, smart, powerful, influential, or high rank they are. Tons of people have been tricked to believe that aliens are here for the good of humanity, but the actuality is totally the opposite. Nobody cares about technology in space. It's easy to acquire through trade. Humans recently discovered technology and they focus all their energy, capital, and mind on technology, yet nature is more significant and powerful than any sort of alien technologies. Their overlords have never come to Earth yet. They send robotic workers and observe from afar. There are also a lot larger and potent associations in space that may come to Earth once these minions succeed with the alien agenda. No alien beings will ever help humanity. Humans beings have been bestowed upon an exquisite planet for them to abide by for thousands of years. Green is the highest frequency in the electronic spectrum. That's why plants reflect it to stabilize their photosynthesis. Photosynthesis can be forged artificially or organically. Cities and industrial zones can become photosynthetic production ecobiomes similar to weatherproof greenhouses. This is needed to become climate and disaster resistant all over the world. New science articles reveal that some experts have created working prototypes of artificial photosynthesis that produce biofuels, hydrogen, oxygen, and other elements. Eventually, these prototypes will be applied as new green industries and energies in retrofitted cities and districts. With the internet and fast deliveries, any new inventions can be manufactured shortly to be shipped worldwide. Hydrogen fuel cell cars and transportation systems can compete with the electric car market. Although electric cars are still charged by the grid that's reliant on fossil fuels, the grid will incrementally switch to carbon negative and clean. Alien ships are powered by nuclear energy reactors, and these reactors can be made here on Earth as a free energy source. Though green energies, technologies, and industries will be supreme compared to anything alien in origin. They've entirely depleted their world for technological advancements to wander in space in search of basic essentials. The Earth is still abundant, but all essentials are diminishing increasingly every year. A well-designed green economic system can revitalize the Earth, declining society, and fuse humanity as a super green terraformation force more advanced than all alien races. Natural productions and forest ecosystems continuously boost their resilience, adaptability, endurance, so humans better merge themselves with this most evolved diversity of biospheres to secure their planetary future. Humans lived in nature with no technologies for thousands of years. Many large empires have vanished because they were destructive to their environment. Nature has wiped them out with plagues, disasters, floods, famine, and droughts. The same thing is happening to modern civilization at this time. Seeds, fertile soil, and water will be the most important matters in an abruptly drying world. Nobody knew that the multifariousness of seeds, plants, and trees could consistently enhance the soil, increase natural abundance and turn any environment climate positive. Many nations are trying to transform their current and forthcoming cities into green, pollution-free ecospheres where fresh produce is abundant, plant-based businesses and productions are prominent, green energy is the norm. This is the course to becoming one of the most advanced and sustainable civilizations in the universe with the power to constantly re-terraform the Earth, then other planetary systems. Mars is there to give this a try. If it works out, the target is to terraform at least 500 trillion star systems into Earth-like in a universe including quadrillions of planets similar to Mars. Of course, planet Earth is bound to be protected at all costs. Preserving the only home world is the main assignment of any civilization regardless of how advanced they are. Technology will always be the tool during progression. All city buildings can progressively get retrofitted with renewables, green walls, greenhouses, rooftops, water catchment systems, and so on. Algae-based technologies can be implemented anywhere easily. Algae-embedded windows can generate energy and heat for buildings. Solar windows will be mass manufactured to replace the windows of many buildings and businesses in the near future. A lot of things will be powered by solar henceforth. One thing people didn't know about is greenest, plant-based societies are far more advanced than technological scavenger organizations that come to Earth. These types of sustainable civilizations have constituted superb federations and they operate very discreetly. In the future, they'll approach the Earth if humans can make it through cataclysms and alien interference by protecting their natural world. Biodiversity should be amplified and proliferated in every continent, country as well as the ocean. Biodiverse productions will supersede destructive industries and fossil fuels to clear the way for a green economic and societal framework. Green technological and energy-based innovation is blooming like a tropical forest during the spring season. Nothing will ever be the same again. The aliens are all over the Earth operating clandestinely. Humans are trying to find new ways to hinder climate change, its negative effects and build a sustainable world, unlike in the past. Nothing that people have done has been sustainable, but there is a great potential to become a very sustainable civilization. The Earth's natural environment is very robust and regenerative, so there will be new technologies invented by imitating and reproducing natural systems. The funding is moving towards clean energy and ecological improvements rather than greenhouse gas and pollution-producing industries. Some very innovative internet companies plant millions of trees with the revenue generated from ads displayed on search engines and online. They've found a way to rescue poor communities by planting millions of trees and increasing their natural productivity. Nobody knew that trees, plants, and some other organisms could make miracles happen. Even the aliens have accumulated so many species of plants, animals, and other creatures. The competition from space is right here on Earth at this time. Humans should resist any alien invasion now and in the future collectively. In nature, there is everything that people need to survive and evolve for thousands of years. Industrial productions have been very destructive, taking away from the soil, limited reserves, cutting down large forests, polluting the lands and air. If humans can switch their productions and consumer mindset to extremely sustainable, environmentally friendly, the planet can be preserved as an ecological paradise as it is. There are various designs copying plant leaves to absorb sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to synthesize or analyze oxygen, biofuels, glucose, minerals, hydrogen, nitrogen, and fertilizers. More and more scientists should work on green technologies to discover new ways to generate energy, elements, and fuels from sunlight, carbon dioxide plus greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases still contain a very high volume of nitrogen, hydrogen, and carbon. All of these elements are very useful and valuable when they're split. What nature does every day can be performed artificially or organically for the benefit of the environment and people. Though some nations produce most of the products cheaply and swiftly, and that's good for the economy, they emit the most greenhouse gases, use up limited and fragile deposits recklessly. Everything has to be redesigned as in nature and forests. A higher number of people are seeking and finding solutions to real problems of the world and also how to tackle climate change and environmental decline. Plastics are a big problem of the modern era, they pollute the whole globe, water streams, oceans, landfills. Microplastics accessed all kinds of foods, water, and the human body now. The world is slowly turning into a Martian, toxic plastic field. Everything that people need to survive, develop technologies, manufacture essential products are depleting at an increasing rate. Plastics should be completely banned and get replaced by their environmentally safe alternatives before it's impossible to get rid of them. Plastics and microplastics already cause many diseases and ailments in animals and human physiology. Anything can easily be made from sustainable plant-based materials or from recycled materials. Paper products cause deforestation in the largest forests over all continents. There are many alternatives to all kinds of paper products made from fast-growing bamboo, hemp, shed tree leaves, and so on. The green future begins with individuals, not corporations. If individuals raise awareness about environmental issues, stop buying harmful products, corporations will adjust their operations for the demand. Reusing, recycling, Reclaiming, reprocessing, repurposing, regenerating everything that people need will be the mode for the new green economic system. Consuming until nothing is left is the mentality of the past. One thing people don't know about technology will merge with nature, and cars, planes, other machinery will become breathing, self-refreshing organisms generating their own energy similar to photosynthetic organisms. Algae-based energy generation and technologies can be dominant worldwide. If any new green invention is fully functioning, it will quickly get manufactured for the populace to employ it for the benefit of the natural ecosphere and biodiversity. Biodiversity plus interconnected green growth and expansion will constantly flourish and spread apart the world by re-terraforming the Earth as the most magnificent dynamic celestial orb in the cosmic creation. Tones of green will be the new glow of the universe, since Earth's nature will never stop outgrowing to reach other systems. Deserts can turn into productive fields. Some nations have already achieved this. In and out of every city will be embedded with agroforestry gardens and farms to supply food, materials, as well as keeping cities carbon negative and vivacious. Tons of new very large and futuristic greenhouses are being built in urban and suburban areas to produce fresh organic supergreens for the rising demand. Greenhouses can be weatherproof if they're designed with the right architecture. They can absorb carbon dioxide, recirculate water, yield fresh produce and greens not far from grocery stores, farmers markets, vegan restaurants. Each city of the world will shimmer in vivid shades of greens, shades of blue from solar panels when they enhance their forest coverage, plant-based output, and clean energy per capita. Carbon negativity will be essential to new and existing businesses, so climate change can be a calamity of the past. After 2020, a new era of green growth and innovation will begin. Perhaps, Mars will be eventually terraformed and colonized by Earth humans. We live in tough, exciting times here on Earth. With the improving green technologies, most of the trash and discarded tech devices will get absolutely recycled and reused. Reselling of used clothes, shoes, and other things is a big market worldwide. Everything that people buy, use, and throw as in packaging, etc. should be recycled, and this can be very profitable if it can be executed properly. Most of the resources are diminishing, so recycling and reusing will be crucial to make new products, packaging, and the like. Solar panels, wind turbines, tech devices, electronics, and smartphones can be repurposed and recycled since they contribute to the tech pollution that we see today. A completely renewable, green, pollution-free world is better than a depleted, uninhabitable zone. This is the choice of human beings. Aliens cannot alter the environment as humans do. Anything destructive, polluting, wasting, depleting must be abandoned by the whole population. The planet cannot sustain a destructive society anymore. Don't ever underestimate the power of plants and trees. They sustain all life here on Earth and probably in some other planetary systems. Fossil fuels are basically decayed plants over the course of millions of years. You can tell how much energy plants, nature, trees can produce if they're managed with the correct approach. The farming methods shall transmute to polyculture and agroforestry designs to increase soil fertility, water retainage, biodiversity, and yield. Animals can fertilize the lands in free motion without being killed as in natural settings. Some cities are planning to convert their open fields into food forests similar to green park spaces. Perhaps, large cities that are prone to hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, disasters can be remodeled and renovated as gigantic weatherproof greenhouses. Everyone knows well-constructed greenhouses are way more productive during all seasons. They can house any type of plants, trees, crops, hydroponics, and more. That way, cities can get air-conditioned without wasting electricity for individual AC units in every building and house. Climate change will warm up the planet every year, so we need precise resolutions for places prone to natural disasters. Every part of the world is extremely vulnerable, and aliens will only take advantage of a weakening, conflicted society. Plant-based and eco-friendly products, services, and awareness have opened up a new era in evolution where humans can be gentle to their environment to nourish themselves. Almost every product is twisting into plant-based, eco-friendly, plastic-free, sustainable, Rainforest Alliance, climate positive, carbon negative, and so forth. These labels will be the standard when they can get ordained in every nation. Everything, all industries, every product, every business, company has to adapt to the requirements of the environment, climate as well as natural resources as in rainforests, so forth. The planet ought to be kept as green and biodiverse as possible in every region and continent. This will lead to rapid evolution, harmonious union, and greater productivity similar to tropical rainforests. Cities can transform into very efficient tropical rainforests powered by renewables with zero pollution. This technology and proficiency exists today. People need to start finding and doing the things that will save the world and also increase sustainability. Sustainability consists of many fields. It encloses all fields of business and industry. A super green economy will turn the world's most renowned cities and states into super green, self-regenerative utopias, bringing heaven on earth from the lush, vivid heavenly realms. Humans have entered a new era in their evolution. They will either destroy their world and themselves or protect and rebuild it to stop cataclysms. Buildings and cities can be retrofitted as prolific and biophilic ecosystems constantly flourishing and generating energy plus feed. Each species plays a role in the balance of ecosystems. Humans can go back to their roots and also fuse technology with nature to stop pollution, depletion, and instability. Overpopulated, polluted cities can get revamped as sustainable eco-villages absorbing carbon dioxide, generating zero waste, filled with gardens, green buildings, organic farming systems. Plants, trees can be incorporated into the newest building and city designs for the population to live sustainably. Carbon neutrality is crucial for all cities, companies, and nations to tackle climate change that can impair human civilization to fall under the Alien Ordinance. Alien domination could be very cruel, oppressive, and overwhelming for the whole population. Nobody would like to live in a world reigned by extraterrestrials. All freedom and rights would be taken away, the earth would be mined and farmed with the human workforce until there is nothing left. Going globally green is probably the only way to restore the planet and tackle coming cataclysms that can wipe out all species including humans. The largest forests are the most biodiverse and resilient places on the planet. Forests can be the blueprint of production for human civilization. Existing forests must be safeguarded for them to expand continually. Forest productions can provide everything that people need to survive and live comfortably. Possibly, technologies and tech devices can be made with renewable, plant-based production so they can easily get recycled or biodegrade into the soil. For example, a phone made of plant-based materials is better than a plastic one. There are examples of blending city buildings with botany to mitigate pollution in urban areas. There is a plant or tree for everything in the world, most of them can be grown in a polyculture setting. Seed banks and vaults are necessary just in case human society collapses during cataclysmic events. Food productions can be revived with the multitudinous seeds saved in seed vaults placed in many places secure from climate change and natural disasters. It's good for more people to save the seeds from the foods they consume and at least start a garden in their backyards. There is a rumor that planting 500 trillions of trees suitable for each region of the world can reverse climate change and boost the Earth's natural equilibrium. The trees planted should be beneficial for the growing population as well so people can plant more and support their communities. There are so many animals that live off the trees without planting anything through generations. They live in self-sustaining forest ecosystems that produce enough food for all animals that are herbivores. This is proof that forests can nourish the human population if humans can learn to live without destroying nature and forests. The largest forests never need watering, they attract rainfall and let water flow into creeks and rivers. More large forests mean more free-flowing freshwater rivers to supply water to forest cities built around them. Some nations are already designing new forest cities and eco-villages or reforming the current cities into ecological, carbon-neutral, super-green ecospheres. People are awakening after the pandemic, they feel a sense of urgency to save the planet and all life here on this plane. The Earth is a biological spaceship orbiting a star which is a free energy source electrifying all life. In the future, planes, cars, spaceships, buildings, smart devices will be ultimately biological, organic, and self-healing. Humans are biologically intelligent beings with a powerful, neuron-rich processor called the brain and nervous system. Nature is always evolving so human beings will progress faster with sustainable organic technologies arising slowly. People want a better, greener, more sustainable civilization, they just didn't know how to achieve this. Nature has been healing, carbon emissions have dropped during the pandemic. Slowing civilization down is required to progress gradually with organic, super green productions and systems. People who embrace a plant-based, vegan, eco-friendly lifestyle are happier, healthier, getting smarter, following a more purposeful presence. All animal species are part of nature increasing their biodiversity and vitality. When various animals were introduced to dying barren lands, the soil and ecosystem have recovered in a short time. Rain and vegetation have returned, water started flowing to create a self-balanced landscape. Humans are genetically identical to apes that live in densely forested areas. This means humans should reforest their surroundings to sustain their civilization without harming the environment and exhausting wilderness reserves. Each state across the world can be modified as a diverse forest farm with zero emissions and pollution powered by clean energies. Some people who encountered friendly human-looking aliens that took them to their home world witnessed a green tropical paradise integrated with advanced technologies without any pollution, waste, or damage. This can be copied here on Earth as a primary goal. Some level of advanced technology is needed for any civilization, but manufacturing countless electronics, devices with little improvements will only destroy and pollute the whole planet. Tech pollution is getting out of control each day, there will be more dump tech in landfills than fish in the ocean soon. There aren't enough ore deposits to cover the excessive manufacturing of tech products and gadgets.